MIUI stable versus MIUI developer. What's the difference? We're going to talk about that and more on today's episode of Me Access. Now first off, I'd like to start the video mentioning that there are two versions of MIUI, not including the stable versus developer, which is MIUI Global and MIUI China. I'm not going to get into that discussion today. I will talk about that in another video. Now back to the main video. So behind these two versions of MIUI is MIUI. At the core, they're the same. It's a skin on top of Android, but there's a lot of differences. So first off, in terms of pure features, the MIUI developer ROM will always have the latest features that the developers has built for the phone, ready for you to try, and at the same time give feedback and experience it firsthand. Think of the developer ROM as a look ahead onto what might arrive on stable, and that also applies for things like OS upgrades. So currently for this Mi Mix 2, on stable this phone is running Android Nougat. However, in the developer branch, it's running Oreo. On the other hand, because you're getting all the new features and all the new tweaks, sometimes MIUI developer ROMs can be a bit more buggy. Now to be clear, it's not as if your phone is completely unstable or not usable as a daily phone because of installing the MIUI developer ROM. Generally, these ROMs are tested in alpha stages, which is a completely different program that is closed off and you have to register to get into it. So some features that are added will not be completely fully fleshed out or maybe not so refined right now, but over time it will be refined and then get pushed to stable. Remember, the general concept is developer is the look ahead of what you get on stable. And sometimes the look ahead might change as they realize it might be done better a certain way, or they find some issues and fix that. Concerning stability, I basically use all my Xiaomi phones that are my daily drivers on the developer ROM because I like experiencing the latest and greatest. And I have not had a case where my phone was unstable or unusable because of an update. Granted, that is one person's experience, but generally that experience is mirrored across multiple people. Is there a chance that an update might break something even more so than MIUI stable? Yes, but it's not that huge. I can only remember of one event where such a thing happened, and that bugs or issues has appeared as an update to stable as well, so it goes on both ways. But on the other hand, because you're experiencing everything basically firsthand on this thing, you're getting updates quite frequently. On the developer branch, you basically get updates every single week, unless there's some holiday or some issue with pushing the update. Now to be fair, these updates aren't huge. They're typically in the 150 megabyte range, but it does mean installing an update every week. And thankfully, the phone can install updates in the middle of the night when you're not using it. On the other hand, on the stable branch, typically you only get updates every quarter-ish or so. Sometimes more frequently, depending if they need to patch some bugs. But you won't constantly be getting the notification that, hey, your phone needs to update. So in general, developer sounds great. You've sacrificed a bit of stability and refinement for a lot of features, and it sounds like a decent trade-off for updating your phone every week. If you want, I mean, you're not forced to update too. Not so fast. So even though the developer ROM is an official ROM by Xiaomi and MIUI, safety net is broken on developer ROMs. Why does that matter? Well, one word: Android Pay. Even in phones without NFC, Android Pay is useful for in-app purchases. You cannot add a card or use payments through Android Pay when you're on a developer ROM. And this is regardless if your bootloader is locked or unlocked. You just get this message. Now this does not affect everything that is safety net triggered. For example, Pokemon Go works fine. And lastly, if you want to go from stable to developer or developer to stable, you have to wipe your phone. You can't just decide one day, I want to switch to this and retain all my data. Not really. I mean, you can back up, but it's not like a seamless upgrade per se. So which is better for you? For most people, I say stick with stable. Safety net isn't broken, you generally have an experience that is tested on people on the developer ROM, and hey, it comes out of the box, so nothing much there. But if you're a tinkerer and like to play with the latest and greatest, like this guy over here, go at it. There's not much risk involved in my opinion. So hopefully that cleared up some things for you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you found it informative. Subscribe if you want more Xiaomi content, be it phones, smart devices or anything like that. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day.